In this video, I'm gonna lay out the smartest path that I see to make $10,000 a month as a music producer. And if you're wondering why you should listen to anything that I have to say, I've been able to make over $1 million off of my beats and music, and even be able to work with artists like Future, SZA, Lil TJ, and many more. But today, I'm gonna give you the 3-step game plan that I would use if I lost everything today to go from $0 to $10,000 a month as a music producer. And if you stick around to the end of this one, I'm gonna tie it all together in the end with some actual math so you can visualize how this might actually work for you. So, number 1, you need to get good at making music. Without foundation, nothing else matters. If your music or your foundation is not good, all of these strategies to get placements or make money or sell beats or get exposure, none of it is really gonna work as well as it should because you don't have the foundation to build on top of. Getting great at making music is likely gonna be the hardest and longest part of your journey. But of course, there are some people who can get good in just a year of producing. There's also people who it might take more like 3 or 5 years to get good at producing. But to increase how fast you can actually get good at making music, you need to be laser focused on your skill. The reason some people can go from 0 skill to actually being good at producing in just about a year is they're treating it like their job. If you're working on something religiously every single day for a year, you're probably more likely to see success than if you're working on something on and off for 3 years. So if you want music to be your career, you can't treat it like your hobby. So assuming that you're already good at making music and your music is actually great and very marketable, it's time to talk about step 2, grow your audience. Nowadays, there's a ton of ways that you can grow an audience. That being said, if I had to start from 0 and I didn't have any of my following today, this is what I would do. Before I was even worried about actually putting content out there, the first thing I would do is make a bunch of free shit that I can market. And if you like to make loop kits or drum kits like I do, I would make free drum kits or free loop kits. But if you're more focused on selling to artists, you can take a bunch of your beats and bundle that into one pack and sell that as a product instead of just selling individual beats. And there's 2 approaches that you could take with this. You could take your time and make one amazing free kit that is big, free, straight fire, or same thing with the beat pack, and you could market the hell out of that amazing product. Or you can go with more of a machine gun, just consistently throwing stuff out there approach, where you just put out a new free pack every week or every other week or whatever you can keep up with. Now, to start distributing that and actually building an audience, I personally would go straight to Instagram Reels and TikTok. I've talked about this in a couple other videos, but I'm just gonna say it again. My strategy would be to post every single day on TikTok or Reels promoting my free stuff, whether that's just one free loop, a free loop kit, this huge free bundle. I could promote that for a whole month. And if you want some inspiration, you can go look on my page. But I would put out a bunch of these free kits and then use this app called ManyChat. And what you're gonna do here is you're gonna create a keyword on your Instagram or TikTok reel. And let's say that your kit is called Infinity. You would put the text on the screen that says comment the word Infinity, and I'll send you the link to the free kit. This free kit link is going to drive them to a landing page where they can download the free kit, but first they have to give you their email. If you're posting these every day, pushing out free products and actually giving out good free knowledge, you're going to start getting views, and you might actually not need the crazy amount of views that you might think to make $10,000 a month. Another way that you can start building your audience is on YouTube, and you could do this with type beats. If you're a producer, everyone knows about that. You could do producer content like I'm doing right now, which for me personally has been super helpful with building my brand. Or if you're doing the kit approach, you can put out free drum kits or free loop kits on YouTube every single week and grow an audience that way as well. The downside to YouTube is it normally takes a little bit longer to get some traction, and it can be super unmotivating in that first stretch of time where you're really not getting any results. But in my experience, the way that you're gonna see the fastest growth and the strongest fan base is if you're providing value to people. It sounds obvious, but if someone's getting something out of watching the content that you're giving them, they're more likely to like you more as a person because you're giving them something valuable. If you're just putting out meaningless, entertaining content, it's going to be a lot harder for you to monetize your audience in the future. If you look at my YouTube, for example, I had been uploading for around a year or maybe even a little bit more than that before I posted this video where I talk about how I made over $600,000 selling my beats. All of these videos before that one, I wasn't really providing something that nobody else was providing. As soon as I put out that video talking about how I made $600,000 and I was giving honest value, the story of how I did it, advice on how you could do it too, that video catapulted my channel upwards. And from there, I've been putting out more valuable content and in turn growing my personal brand and my audience even bigger. And I know you're probably thinking, well, I haven't made 600,000 or I haven't made 800,000 views. How am I going to do something similar? It doesn't have to be money related. For example, my boy Tryfreeze blew up by putting out those free loop kits, which which are valuable because they're free products. And he also had a ton of videos back in the day talking about the secret contact banks. So before everyone and their moms was doing contact bank videos, his videos were super valuable, and it was information that wasn't just everywhere. So take a look at what you know as a producer, or any unique experiences or stories that you might have that could actually help other people or motivate them, or any unique skills you have. And if you do it right, you're probably going to see a big boost in how many numbers you're getting, because people are getting more out of watching your videos than you're getting from them. Now, for the last way that I would be building my audience if I had to start from zero, if you have some extra money and you're willing to invest it in your business and kiss that money goodbye with the hopes that it'll come back eventually as you build up your business, I would definitely start to invest in paid ads. Now, for me, I personally have the most experience with Instagram and Facebook ads, so that's where I would go. And in my past videos, I've talked about boosting your Instagram posts for $5 a day. I wouldn't recommend that method anymore. I know more now than I did before, and actually going through the Facebook platform to create your ads is a lot more complicated, but it has a lot better results. With these ads, I would be putting out free products and promoting the shit out of them on ads just to get people to come into my business, experience the quality. And I would also be putting out my paid products, my paid beat packs or loop kits or whatever I was selling, with the hopes of, one, profiting. Obviously, everyone wants to profit, but two, even if you're breaking even or just losing a little bit of money, but you're gaining customers, paying customers, that's valuable. As soon as you turn off that ad spend, if you still have their contact, they still are a paying customer, and you're more likely to get them to buy a product in the future. And as you compound and get more and more customers, this is going to start to pay off a ton. While you're posting every day to Instagram Reels and TikTok promoting your free products, or even just giving out valuable information, you're obviously also going to want to monetize that audience. Now, I've mentioned a couple times before that these people are going to get signed up onto your email list. And if you don't already know how to set that up, before you start building your audience, putting products out there and putting a bunch of effort in, I would actually take time to build your own Shopify website, or your own website wherever you can, your own landing page where you can collect an email and give them a digital product. I would highly recommend using Shopify for this, but if that's too expensive for you, you can use websites like Sellfy or Gumroad, but you just want to make sure that you can capture their email, because this is very important, and we're going to get into that next. But if you have any questions so far, drop them in the comments down below, and I'm going to try to answer every single one of them. That being said, let's get into the third part of the plan, which is monetizing your audience. You don't want to start and go a whole year just being the guy who puts out free kits, because then you kind of get that reputation as you're the guy who people come to for free stuff. So to kind of combat this, you want to also balance putting out paid products with your free products. And you want to have these paid kits available so that you can convert free people into paying customers as soon as possible. So you want to alternate between paid products and free products, putting them out simultaneously. The intention of the free product is to kind of get your name out there, grow your audience, get new customers into your system. And the paid product is to obviously make money off of those free customers that are coming into your business. All right, so now you've got your free products, you've got your paid products. The main way that I would focus on selling these products is through email marketing. You're going to want to be consistently emailing these people 2 to 3 times a week to keep a strong connection and make sure that they just don't forget about you after they download your free kit. But the trick here is you don't want to send 3 emails a week where you're just selling some product to them every single time that they see your name, because eventually people just get fatigued from that. They don't care, and you just come across as kind of spammy. Instead, you want to offer them value. So 1 day a week, you could send them even just a video of yourself talking, giving advice, or maybe a free exclusive tutorial for the email list. 1 day you're giving them a new free kit, or if you can't keep up with a whole free kit, maybe 3 free loops or 10 free drum sounds that you made that week, 3 free beats if you're selling to artists. So 2 out of the 3 times that you're emailing, you're just giving them stuff for free. If you're giving people more value for staying engaged with your stuff than they have to give you in return, you're way more likely to see success. The easiest way that you can keep customers coming back to your store is by having truly amazing products. And I can tell you from experience of just selling the one-off loop kits and then selling these huge bundles with a ton of value packed inside of them, selling the product with a ton of value packed in has outperformed that tenfold. It's crazy. Now, to stay consistent with constantly putting out new products, putting out content all the time, and also having some kind of personal life, it can get pretty hard. So to stay consistent and actually stay on track to make 10K a month, you 100% need to start scheduling and planning stuff out. You can do this on pen and paper, you can do this on the Notes app in your phone, but at the bare minimum, every night before you go to bed, you should be writing down your to-do list for the day, so that when you wake up the next day, you know exactly what you should be doing. If you want the template that I personally use to plan out my life and make sure that I stay on top of all of my goals, click the link in the description down below and you can check out the producer playbook. So now that we've gone over the 3-step plan, get good at making music, grow your audience, and monetize your audience, as simple as that sounds. As promised, I'm going to tie this all together and show you the numbers behind it, just to show you how achievable making $10,000 a month could be. So let's say that you actually put the work in and you're actually consistent enough to post 365 reels a year. And just to be conservative, let's say that you only did it on one platform and you didn't attack both. If you're averaging 500 views a day on your short form content and you post 365 times in the year, you're gonna get 182,000 views on your content. Now let's take that same number and say that you drop a loop kit every single week on YouTube and you average 500 views on each video that you put out throughout the year. And you post 52 times or once a week in the year, you're gonna get 26,000 views on your YouTube channel. Once we've got all those views on those free products that you're putting out, we wanna take a look at the rate that people are actually downloading the free kit when they see it. From my experience with the short form stuff, I've seen around a 3% download rate. And for my friends who post those free loop kits on YouTube, I've seen that they see around a 20% download rate on their videos. So if we take 182,000 views from TikTok or Instagram Reels, multiply that by 3%, we would get 5,640 downloads. And then if we take those 26,000 views from your YouTube page and multiply that by 20% download rate, you would get around 5,200 downloads. So in total, after a whole year, you would in theory have around 10,840 free downloads on your products. And let's say about half of those are repeat downloaders or people that download every single kit. So if you cut that in about half and even less, just to be conservative, that would put you at around 5,000 individual customers that are on your email list from downloading your free kits. If you're marketing to them on email consistently, giving them value with information and free kits, and then also selling them your paid products on the side, you could likely convert 3% of your email list to actually buying your kits. At 5,000 people on the email list, 3% would be 150 customers. If those 150 customers buy a $30 loop kit every single month, you would be on pace to make around $4,500 a month. So as you rinse and repeat this system over the course of 2 to 3 years, $10,000 a month would be very achievable. It takes a lot of time and it is not easy, but if you're worried about making money fast, you're just gonna jump from get rich quick scheme to get rich quick scheme and you're gonna end up running in circles and going nowhere. You really need to put your head in the dirt and work for 2 to 3 years and you will succeed. But the one thing that I can tell you for sure is if you watch this video and you implement all of this stuff for 2 weeks and then give up, it's not going to work for you. But that being said, if you learned anything or enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button so I can keep making videos like this. And if you want to get some insight as to what a day in my life looks like as a full-time producer, click this video right here.